Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. So today I wanted to talk to you about this new journey that I am on. I'm kind of recently single. It's been a year now, and this last year has been so stressful with so many new adjustments and challenges with making the adjustment for my children and our whole family. And so it has been a year of like having to sort of sort through and change everything about life. And so I really stepped away from being mindful about my food intake. And it was just one of those things that was like a comfort. And after I put the kids to bed, I was able to just snack and do all that stuff. And it hasn't been good for my health, and I know that. But I just felt like I couldn't take on another thing. I'm sure you guys have heard that and feel that as well, that when you're going through so many transitions, so many changes, so many challenges, that having something like food or something else become a comfort is typical. So don't beat yourself up about it, but you definitely want to get back on track. And I was sitting with my best friend the other day, and we were just having a chat and catching up, and she's been on this metabolic balance journey, and she's lost 20 pounds, and she just looks beautiful and happy. And I was talking to her and telling her how I felt like I couldn't take on another challenge and be restricted in my eating and what I'm eating, when I'm eating, all of that kind of stuff. But she just, as she always does, because she's wonderful, she just gently like reminded me how important it is, and that I could do it. And I was saying, like, one big thing for me was I was afraid of bringing up emotions, because emotions get stored in our fat cells. And I remember going through, sorry, my light here just keeps going in and out, so bear with me, but I remember going through a weight loss journey before, and crying a lot. And this is before I separated, before I got away from the abuse, before I really knew what was going on. But it was really an emotional roller coaster. I never knew if that day I was going to be an emotional wreck or if I was going to be fine. And I was talking to other people, and they were telling me how emotions get stored in our fat. So when I even considered taking on the challenge of losing weight this time, that was my first concern. Like, I cannot handle any more emotions. Like, we still have court. I still have, balancing routines and not having a lot of self-care time and all that kind of stuff, and trying to build a business and manage our finances and all sorts of things. So I was like, I can't go through an emotional roller coaster. I've got to be solid for my children and for myself. This is just not the time. And she was saying, like, my best friend was saying to me, like, if I don't take on this journey now, I'm still trapping and keep hanging on to those emotions. So they're still carrying with me day to day. It's better that I release them, release the weight, release all of it, and let it go. So she's right. Like, it's time. It's so time. And because I hadn't been paying attention to it for the past year, when I got on the scale to give myself a beginning set point, it was not pretty. I have actually put on quite a bit of weight, so I was really upset about that. And I guess between the two things, just talking to her about releasing the emotions and just being at the place where I don't want to let this weight hinder me any longer, and seeing how it's crept up in this past year so badly, I've got to make the changes. So here I am. I'm starting on this journey, and I'm actually really feeling good about it, motivated, and ready to stick with it. But that's also a part of this channel. I want to be completely honest and open with you guys, and so I will be keeping up, documenting my weight loss journey, and a few of the things that I considered when starting this, that I think if you're planning to start a weight loss journey, you should also keep in mind. I have 5 things that I really wanted to bear in mind. So one is setting realistic goals. We all have like weight that we want to lose, but it's not realistic to say, okay, in this month, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. you will lose weight quickly at first because fat and your overloaded liver that's storing all that extra glycogen is going to release that into your bloodstream and then eventually release it with your urine out. So you're going to be losing a lot of weight right at the very beginning. So from yesterday to today, I've gone down like 2.5 pounds. And clearly that's not fat, but it's moving in the right direction because I was storing a bunch of water weight in that fat. So I'm burning a little bit of fat, but I'm losing mostly water weight. So like set realistic expectations. If you go online, there's tons of calculators. You can see how much you can expect to lose per week, but I'd say anywhere from like 1 to 3 or 4 pounds. 4 is even stretching it, but 4 at the beginning is realistic. You'd go onto the calculators and just measure and see how much you'll be able to lose. And then building a sustainable routine. So right now I don't have any routine for myself where I could spend time at the gym or go out for a walk on my own with headphones, which is really what I would need. Like I would love to be able to go on a walk by myself with headphones and have that up-tempo music and just like, power walk. But you just have to find a way to work exercise into your life, and I will go into that in a totally separate video, but it's just a good idea to keep in mind. Like, look at workouts that'll work with your life and the stage that you're in with your children. So home workouts are great. Like I downloaded the Fit On app and I've used that in the past and it's been great. I did break my foot a month ago, which has increased the weight gain that I had because I've been sitting around not doing much activity, waiting for this bone to heal. And so right now, I can't do too much, but I am starting to do a little bit, and I will go into that again some other time. But I'm really, number 3 is I'm really prioritizing nutrition. So I went based on the metabolic balance program where I'm getting a lot of good healthy fruits and vegetables, not fruits so much. There's some berries and you're supposed to eat an apple, but a lot of vegetables, and right now lots of stuff is still in season, and so it's been great to start to incorporate that stuff into my diet and then to just get protein in there in ways that I wasn't even really doing before. So for instance, today I had a tuna Caesar salad, just making the dressing and everything like that from the things that I had at home and adding a can of tuna to top it off. And then I also, instead of just a traditional Caesar salad with cheese and croutons and lettuce, I also added in other random things that I had, like peppers and tomatoes and onions and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm just really shifting my mindset to say, like, I've got to fuel my body and giving my body time between fueling to actually have time to burn off the meal. So I'm not eating every 3 hours like some people are accustomed to. Eat every 5 hours so your body has time to use up the meal and prep itself with hunger for the next meal and then be ready to burn off the next meal once you supply it with that. So that's been a really helpful thing, and we'll see how that goes. And you can follow me as I explain how that works later on in the week. And then tracking progress, but without obsession. So I know at the beginning, there's a lot of fluctuation in weight. So it was exciting this morning to get up and check the scale and see that I lost 2.5 pounds. That was super motivating and exciting. So definitely you can do that at the beginning. It also helps me to stay on track because if I'm checking regularly, I can see those small changes in the wrong direction and get things back on track. If you're just waiting, 2-3 weeks or a month before you check, it can throw you off with the results that you're seeing, and then you really don't know where the problems went down. So I suggest checking at least once a week, but don't get obsessive about it. Don't check multiple times a day. Your weight changes throughout the day. So check pay attention. And probably if I had been paying attention even during this stressful year of separation, I probably wouldn't have let this get as bad as it did. So I do want to have a scale at home and be monitoring it closely myself. And number 5 is mindset and self-care. So when I saw the number on the scale yesterday, I was shocked and I was motivated and ready to go. like I wouldn't have been as ready as I am had I not weighed in and saw the truth. And then that motivated me. Self-care is so important as well. So if you're feeling tired, if you have a headache, if you're dealing with symptoms of like giving up sugar or giving up caffeine, whatever it is you're doing on your plan, give yourself some grace and spend some time like laying in a hammock reading a book. Like you don't have to get up and throw everything to the side and continue working. Maybe start your plan on a weekend where you can lay around, or if the kids are away with someone else that can take them for a day. I've already booked a massage because my hips have been really thrown off by wearing a cast all this time and just being lopsided. So that's a way that I'm offering myself some compassion and self-care, is booking a massage, getting out there, and just trying to help my body recover in every way possible. So those are my tips, and if you would love to follow along on my weight loss journey, I'll post regularly, at least a couple times a week, about how it's going and any other tips that come to mind. Definitely hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you here in the community and join me for more of these, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.